All right, scholars, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to take you back through how we write summaries in nonfiction. Because, like a fiction story with wanting more, when we write summaries, we mostly just retell the story. And it's a little bit different with nonfiction, because in nonfiction, like with these articles, when we write a summary, it needs to be about retelling the most important information in order. Now, the easiest way to do this is through the subheadings and your gist statements. So I'm looking at this article and I'm looking at the first section before I gisted, and I notice that here it's mostly about Islam's relationship, and I'm going to abbreviate here because I want to work smarter, not harder, relationship with other religions is really what this first section is about. It talks about Moses, it talks about those kind of big names that you may or may not be familiar with, but the beginning seems to be kind of telling us about Islam's relationship with other religions. Then when I flip to the second section, you can look in the second page of your article. You can turn there now. That second subheading was the Lord of the Worlds, and that subheading should help because this section is mostly about basically, that section is about how Allah is over everything. And it goes over every particular thing that he's over and control of. But that's really the main idea here. Then, when I look at the ending at that back page, this one is the subheading that says human power over others. And here my gist was essentially about how the religions are similar, but also seem to kind of fight one another or be against one another or kind of have some contradictions. So here I'm going to say religion. I'm going to put similarities, S-I-M, and differences. Now, characters are a little bit different, of course. We don't really have like characters. That's kind of a term that we would use in fiction. But we do have some main players, and here's the most commonly referred to people in this article. So we have Muhammad is referred to, we have Allah is referred to, and really that's it. That's really, I need to make sure that my summary has those things in here. Now, for setting, I could maybe mention the Middle East, I could do something like that, but there's not really a specific setting for this because it's talking about a religion, and this religion doesn't necessarily take place in just one place. So I'm actually just going to put an X here for now. Depending on the article that you read, it might have a setting, but this one is more about a religion than a story taking place in a particular place. Now, of course, we're going to have to put all that together because those are just our notes. So I'm going to say first, and now here, I'm going to talk about how the author organizes the information. So I'm going to say the author discusses, sorry, it's really messy, Islam's relationship with other religions. And here, my notes are not the entire thing. I also just know that first section was an overview of the religion. So, discussed Islam's relationship with other religions and listed basic facts about Islam. So there's my beginning. Good there. Now the middle was about how Allah is over everything. Now easy transition word here for full credit. You guys know that Miss Evelyn and I are looking for transition words. Then the article summarizes everything Allah is over. So after we finish with the middle, I'm going to get my middle here. Obviously, then I would move on to the ending. Now, I've obviously run out of room, and this one is just practice. So I would say lastly, and then I would give a quick summary of that last point there about the discussion between religions and how they can be similar and different. So we can leave that there. We'll just kind of leave off the ending so I don't waste any more of your time and you have plenty of time to read your second article and write a strong summary for nonfiction. Remember, rather than telling a story, retell the most important information from each portion.